Namaste, I am Harsha. I am representing LGS Research Foundation, a NGO working on the implementation of AICTE activity points for the engineering students. Till now, in the earlier videos, I have explained the necessity of the activity points and then VTU rules and regulations on the activity points, and then about the implementation model of the LGS Research Foundation. But to be precise, to be specific, how a student can earn 20 activity points from LGS Research Foundation. This I have uh, briefed in this video. That means I'm summarizing the processes to be followed to earn 20 activity points by taking a example of category number 2. Suppose student has selected the activity category number 2, prepare an actionable business proposal for enhancing the village income. Then LGS Research Foundation is having the title Sustainability of Traditional Artisans, Promotion of GI tag products. How a student can earn 20 activity points under this title, that I will be explaining in this video. The price is 300 rupees inclusive of GST and report, and this activity is for 20 points or 80 hours. As I mentioned earlier, we have 10 tasks under the 20 activity points, out of which task number 3 and task number 4 are the field works, are the practical works. Rest of them are theoretical works. Task number 1 is listening to the or watching the lecture video that student can watch from his own home. Task number 2 is answering the case study questions. Student can answer from his own home. Task number 3 is conducting public survey. Student need to conduct survey nearby their own location. Task number 4 is also field visit. Student can need to visit a particular location based on the activities selected nearby their own location. I have a one agenda. Task number 3 and task number 4, these are practical works. Student needs to identify the problem statement nearby their own location. They need not to travel outskirts. If student is not able to identify the problem statement nearby their location, there is no point in identifying the problem in the far places. For example, students studying in Tumkur or Mysore, they need to identify the problem statements nearby within the 5 kilometer radius of their college only. They need not to come to Bangalore to search for a problem. Every district, every place is having its own problem. We will be identifying such problem statements, coming up with a solution. So task number 3 and 4, which demands the field visits or field works, student can do nearby their location. Another question is, if student is staying in hometown, they can do the work nearby their home or hometown only. If students are staying in PG or hostels, they can analyze the problems within their location. So this activity implemented under the LGS Research Foundation is location is irrelevant of the location. Wherever you are, you can implement from that location itself. You need not to visit our office. Students need not to visit our office, or they need not to visit Bangalore. Wherever they are, they can start implementing nearby their location only. So task 1, 2, student can answer from their own location. Task 3, 4, they can answer, they can visit nearby their location. Task 5 to 10, they can answer from their own home. Finally, report will be generated and it will be sent to the student by email. Another question is this an online activity or offline activity? This is a combination of theory and practical. Student will do the offline works nearby their own location, and they will submit the proof of works or the solutions on the Android platform. This Android platform will help us to identify the genuinity of the answers and also generate the report. So this is not an online activity. This is an offline activity implemented nearby student location. Okay. Now, left side, whatever I have mentioned, this is a one life cycle of a 20 activity points. Student needs to download the application, sign up if they are the first time users. If they are the repeated users, they need to log into the application, purchase the activity for 20 points, complete task 1 to 10, wait for the evaluation by LGS Research Foundation, resubmit if any answers are rejected, then LGS Research Foundation will issue the report, and that will be the completion of 20 activity points. In this video, I am briefing each and every step here. Okay. Now, first step is downloading the Android application. Go to the Play Store. In the apps section, search for the title Activity Points ENGG, developed by LGS Research Foundation. Or else you can scan this QR code. Also, you can search by URL in this method. Now, whatever the application is available, you need to download. Once you download the application, you will get this screen. See, this is not the final user manual. Step-by-step user manual in each and every task will be provided in the later videos, but this is a brief of how you can earn 20 points. Then student needs to sign up here by providing their name, college details, USN, mobile number and email ID. Okay. Then student needs to log in. They will get this home screen. To purchase the particular category we have taken here, uh, the category number 2 is taken as a case study here. To purchase this particular activity title, students can search this sustainability of traditional artisans, promotion of GI tagged products. The purchase is similar to the e-commerce. Okay. Now for the another question is why we charge 300 rupees. AWS is the cloud computing charge, and that will be per student per activity. That is how the development is done, and it will be the charge will be 100 rupees inclusive of GST. The report charges, the report computation, whatever the Python scripts are available, the 50 rupees it will be charged per report generated. Evaluating staff, whatever the answers students are submitting, creating the WhatsApp groups, answering to the students, we have a team here, and 50 rupees are charged per student, and GST charges are 18% of the 300 rupees, that is 54 rupees. We do not have an exemption of GST. Only colleges are having the exemption of GST, but not the private NGOs. For future technology, that means upgradation of the software plugins and the next trending features adoption. For all those, we have kept an excess of 46 rupees. On a overall, we are working with a nominal staff charges of 50 rupees per activity. Because we are a non-government organization and non-profit organization, we are having a mandation by government to work in neck-to-neck basis. Otherwise, our license will be cancelled. So we are working with the nominal charges. Now, now let's consider that we have purchased the activity for 20 points by paying 300 rupees. Now, how to complete the task 1? Task 1, on the Android application, there will be 2 video links. By clicking on that, we can watch the lecture videos. In these lecture videos, I have explained the objective of the activity selected, what is the present solution to resolve this problem statement, why present solution is ineffective, where is the technology gap in the present solution, what is the solution proposed by LGS Research Foundation to address this issue, and how this solution is resolved in neighboring states and countries. This will be addressed in these 2 videos. Student needs to watch these recorded videos. They need not to do anything, just watching the video is sufficient. Then under task number 2, 20 questions are provided. The answers are needed to be submitted on the Android application. The answers are generic and also perspective type. There are no exact answers as such. ChatGPT answers are not allowed. Also, I have mentioned that minimum characters needed are 300, maximum is 1000. In the sense, only 3 to 4 lines of answers are needed. You need not to go for chat GPT or internet. You can just provide the answers here. Task number 3 is conducting survey with 10 different individuals. So survey form is available on the application. The questions are all preloaded. You just have to ask the question, tell them 4 options, or else you can just give the mobile to them. They will read the question and they will submit the answers. Photo proofs are needed. You need to capture the photo from the camera of the application only. By default, camera application of the mobile is not needed. In the Android app itself, the camera is enabled with the GPS tag. From that itself, student has to capture the photo. Uploading from the gallery is not allowed. So student has to capture online. Okay. And with these 10 different individuals, this student has captured the photo. I have just attached as a sample. Now the survey is allowed with family, siblings, relatives, friends, strangers and public. So you need not to go outside of your premises. But survey is not allowed with classmates, college mates, lecturers, kids, photoshops and online survey is not allowed. Certain instructions are provided during the survey. As per the activity, you need to follow that. Next question is, suppose let's assume a student has taken 2 activities under LGS Research Foundation. Does that mean we need to identify 20 different persons for the survey? No. 50% of the repetition is allowed. How? First, any 50% of the surveyed persons can be repeated. As such, in one activity, persons cannot be repeated. But for the next activity, 5 persons can be repeated from the previous activity. Let's assume student has taken 5 different activities. As you can see here, person 1 to 5 is common in all the activities. That means 50% of the persons can be repeated. 50%. So that is what I have mentioned here. Survey person cannot be repeated in one activity. Look here, in one activity there is repetition is not allowed. Whereas 5 survey persons, that means 50% can be repeated from the previous activity. Right? I hope you are understood. By this way, if any student has taken 100 activity under us, they need to identify 10 different individuals in first activity, 5 in second activity, 5 in third activity, 5 in fourth, 5 in fifth activity. That means they need to conduct survey with 30 different individuals. If they are conducting survey with, if they have purchased 100 points under LGS Research Foundation, whereas rest of them repetition is allowed. Next is field visit. Students, as per the activity, student can conduct visit nearby their own location. Students need not to go outskirts. Do not go beyond 5 kilometer radius or 2 kilometer radius of your own location. You can identify the problem nearby your location itself. You can select the activity based on the field visits. Okay. Then the questions will be provided here. Accordingly, you need to capture the photo and submit the answers. And visits are industrial visit type, or just you need to visit and interact. You need not to do any volunteer work there. Task number 5, student is providing the solution by thinking themselves as a GI tag artisan or a farmer. Minimum character is 300, maximum character is 1000. Again, task number 6, student is providing solution to 5 different scenarios by thinking themselves as IAS officer. Minimum character is 300, maximum is 1000. Task number 7, again student is providing solution to 5 different scenarios by thinking themselves as professional engineer. Task number 8, student is providing a startup idea and associated details. This startup idea should not be generic. You cannot just say, I want to start a garage, I want to start a Microsoft related company. No, Give a startup idea relevant to the activity or problem statement we have considered it under this activity category. Okay. Then task number 9, to convert your idea to company, what are the financials needed? You just have to mention here. Look here, I have mentioned office advance. How much is needed? Okay. You cannot just say I need 100 crores. Minimum and maximum limit of numerical figures are mentioned here. You just need to mention within that limit. Okay. Finally, task number 10, we have a exit test to assess what student has understood in this activity. These are MCQ questions and student can take the test n number of times till all the questions are marked correct, till the answers of all questions are marked correct. Okay. Then upon completing all 10 tasks, student needs to wait for the evaluation because we take time, and they can check the status of evaluation. We have given the color code. Black represents answers are not submitted yet. Orange represents student has submitted the answer but we have not evaluated it. Red represents we have evaluated, LGS Research Foundation has evaluated, but some answers are wrong and student has to resubmit. Green in the sense all answers are evaluated and they are found to be correct. If all 10 tasks, okay, we have given this color code because student will be calling us or messaging us if our submissions are evaluated or not. To avoid that confusion, to avoid the pain of the student in calling us and checking with us again and again, because student will be in different academic zones, they will be worried how many times should I check with the LGS Research Foundation. That will be the question student will be having. To avoid that pain, we have given this color code. If your questions are answered, you will be getting the status here itself. We need 48 hours to evaluate your answers. Okay. If all the tasks are marked green, then only reports are generated. So suppose if any questions are answered wrong, if you have got a red color, you can resubmit the answers in this evaluation result page. Look at here, task number 3, it has 0 correct answers, 1 rejected. That means out of the 10 surveys student has submitted, 1 is rejected, 9 is not evaluated yet. You can resubmit the answers here. Upon getting all the tasks as green color, we issue a report. The report is of 50 pages. PDF copy will be issued to the report. It is having student details, certificates, proofs, photo proofs. I'll show you the sample report. One. So this is how a sample report looks like. Summary of the 80 hours, certificate with QR code to check the genuinity of the certificate, theory, pie charts, survey proofs, field visit proofs, theoretical answers, financial details, audit financial reports, 3 years financial report. This is the USP of our organization. None of the NGOs will provide this audited report. We are providing this audited report. Even though if you submit in any international level organization, you can proudly say, I have proposed a startup idea and I have generated a financial report that is listed for the 3 future years. Okay. And finally, the exit test result. Such 54 pages of report are submitted or generated and issued to the students. These are Python scripts generated reports and these are not the manual one. QR scan helps in checking the integrity of the report. Any international organizations can scan this and check at any point of the time. There is no validity for this. Finally, I have shown the sample report. This marks the end of the activity points. So by following this, student can get the 20 activity points report and certificate from us. Step-by-step details are provided in the video user manuals. Okay. On a summary, what I have to mention here is out of the 10 tasks. Only two are practical, task number 3 and task number 4. Rest are theoretical. All theory and practicals student can implement from their own location. They need not to visit us. And these are the 16 categories and the 16 activity titles available from us, and all of them are having the same format of implementation. Whichever activity you take for 20 points, the student has to follow the same process. Only thing is content and questions will vary. Out of which the task 3 and task 4, these are the practicals, rest of them are theoretical. This is what I wanted to show. All are having the same pattern. Architecture is same, contents will vary. And if you want to enroll with us, you can scan this QR code or call us or send an email. By this, I'm ending this presentation. Thanks for your patience.